This video is a recap of everything that happened in Magic 2023. I thought it'd be fun to do a time capsule style video where you could look back on it in 5 or 10 years and say, oh yeah, I remember that. So we had a ton of product released this year. We had Phyrexia All Will Be One, March of the Machine, The Aftermath, which really doesn't even count as a real set. It was this weird mini set that didn't go over very well. Wilds of Eldraine, The Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and then for non-standard sets, we had the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth, Dominaria Remastered, and Commander Masters. In addition, we had 25 Commander Precons, which is crazy. Remember when they just did 5 a year? Yeah, no, those days are gone. Now we got 4 Ixalan ones, 4 Doctor Who, 2 Wilds of Eldraine, 4 Commander Masters, 4 Lord of the Rings, 5 March of the Machines, and 2 Phyrexia All Will Be One. I remember how the once-a-year release of the 5 Commander Precons was my favorite release of the year. Definitely my favorite spoiler season of the year, because it comes out with so many multiplayer-centric cards, and that was just so weird. And I'm not complaining about having 25 Commander decks. I think that's really cool, but the uniqueness has really worn off for me. I don't know what's what anymore. I don't even know what is what in the standard set versus the Commander decks anymore, because all the spoilers kind of release at the same time. I don't know. It's not a complaint, really. It's kind of just too much of a good thing, if that makes sense. I hope they slow it down in the future, but I know they're not gonna. I bet you we get 30 next year, but we'll see. In my opinion, the standout products of the year were Phyrexia All Will Be One, which brought Poison back. I know a lot of people hate Poison, so if you disagree with me, you can let me know in the comments. That's fine. But I loved playing that on Arena. I played so much of Phyrexia All Will Be One in Draft. Next, Lord of the Rings. I can't not mention this set. I almost didn't go to the pre-release for this. I don't really like crossovers. I don't really like Universes Beyond. It's just not for me. But it was so much fun. It was a blast. I know Lord of the Rings just well enough to be familiar with what most of the cards do. I'm not a super fan or anything, but I thought they did a really good job on it. And it wound up being the best-selling set of Magic ever, and that is an accomplishment, partly because of the craze to find the One Ring. Eventually some guy in Canada found it, and it got bought by Post Malone for I think it was $2.4 million or something like that. The most expensive Magic card anyone's ever bought, beating his own previous record of Post Malone buying a card for, well, I think it was $600 million or something like that. A Black Lotus. Holy cow. I can't imagine. Very cool, though. Congrats to the guy in Canada who found it. My God. Next, Doctor Who. The Doctor Who Commander decks were a big hit, and they're a lot of fun to play against. I already said I don't really like Universes Beyond very much, but I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, so my dislike of Universes Beyond with my love of my all-time favorite show, I don't know. They were really cool decks, though. I'll give them that. If they're going to do more Universes Beyond stuff, which I'm sure they are, I'm sure they got a ton coming, but if they're going to do more of that, it needs to be like Lord of the Rings and Doctor Who. Very thematic, very, very on theme. They did an excellent job. We also had over 50 secret layers. I think we're all sick of secret layers by now. Well, that's not fair. I'm not sick of secret layers. They're cool. I'm all for secret layers. I'm just not going to buy them. I'm not interested. 50 is a bit much, I think, but we had some unique ones. We had the Jurassic Park one. We had Evil Dead, which I didn't even know about till I was looking up some of the secret layers to make this video to remember what happened this year. Yeah, that one flew under my radar. We also had the Princess Bride. Like, what? If they're going to do the Princess Bride, what are they not going to do? Pretty much anything is on the table, right? We also got new Plane Chase cards. These came in the Doctor Who Commander decks, and I haven't actually played with these yet, but they do look cool. And I love Plane Chase, but I don't love the flavor of planeswalking to Earth. I thought the point of Universes Beyond that was separate and completely unreachable from the other planes in the multiverse. We shouldn't be able to planeswalk to Earth. Furthermore, we can planeswalk to Mars, the Moon, a spacecraft, and several different places and times on Earth. Those aren't planes. That's not what that means. I don't want to be a whiner, but we're kind of losing what it even means to planeswalk here. With all these new cards coming out, I can't keep up with spoilers anymore. I don't even really try. 2023 marked the first year that I didn't even bother looking at most of the spoilers. Spoiler season used to be my favorite. I'd check it like 10 times a day to see what was been spoiled. I used to watch all the videos prepping me for pre-releases and drafting a new set, but I didn't watch a single one this year for the first time ever. Not one. In fact, Ixalan was the first set that I pretty much went to the pre-release blind, only looking at a handful of spoilers. I didn't know what all the keywords did. It was just too much product to keep track of everything. It was too much product to care about anything. I don't take that too seriously. I do care about Magic, and I love all of the product, but I can't focus in on one thing anymore. I can't just be excited for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan when we've also got a million other things going on at the same time. Plus, the hype it's so constant that I feel like I can't savor it anymore. I know a lot of people online have been talking about this, so it's not like the first time you've ever heard this, but I really wish they would slow down. They're not gonna slow down, though, because they need to keep profits up. They need to keep profits going up and up and up endlessly, which is not realistic, but that's not really the point of this video. We'll see where that winds up looking back 5-10 years, whether this was a good game plan or not. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's not a good game plan. But as far as things I'm actually hoping for, like things that might actually happen, my number one hope would be a new conspiracy set. It's been years since we've had a conspiracy set, and they've been some of the most fun I've ever had. If not conspiracy, then another Commander Legends, which is probably more likely. Any kind of Commander Legends. Unlike you guys, I didn't really care that the last one was about D&D. It was fine with me. I'd also love to head back to Alara for a standard release. Alara is kind of when I started playing, so going back to Alara would be really nostalgic for me. And I feel like I've had my fill of unsets. Let's not do those again for a while. Please not in 2024 anyway. One thing I think Wizards did do a really good job this year at is reprints. They did a great job of getting a lot of the reprints we need into the system, not just in Secret Lairs. Secret Lairs are technically reprints, but they're printed in such small quantities that they can't really affect the value of the regular cards very much. And the point of reprints to me is to bring the cost down so we can play the game. But they're also using the list and master sets and remaster sets, which all help bring the cost of things down. It's a shame that those master and remaster sets are kind of expensive. I would never buy them. I'm not wasting money on that, but someone else can waste money on that and sell the singles to me. That's a win for me. I thought it'd be cool to take a look at the 3 most expensive cards, new cards, printed in 2023. They are Agatha's Soul Cauldron, currently at $42. I'll be honest, I've never seen this card, and I don't mean just across the table. I've never seen it at all. I don't remember it at all. I don't remember it from spoiler season or anything. It looks good, but yeah, I just flew under my radar, I guess. Orcish Bowmaster is currently at $40. This one I have seen. This card is crazy good. It's obvious why this is expensive, and I could use it in a couple decks that I've got. Unfortunately, I don't really want to spend $40 on it, though. And number 3 is the One Ring at $35. I've seen plenty of this one. This card is great. My one complaint about this is, where are they going to reprint this? If they're not reprinting the Lord of the Rings set, then where are they going to put it? I guess maybe they could put it on the list, but for licensing reasons, would they even be allowed to do that? I don't know. But I hope the price comes down somehow, because I'd like a whole bunch of these. Now, one thing I do have to complain about is the level of complexity on these cards. With all these new cards printed, I mean, if they're going to print 3-4 times as many cards every year, they've got to find a way of making cards different. And one way you can do that is by printing just a ton of text on a card, so each card does just a lot of stuff. But I don't think that's good for the game. A game of Commander is now so complex. Game of Standard is honestly so complex compared to where it was 10 years ago. It's insane. And I'm not against complexity. I love complexity, but I think it's getting to be a little too much. I actually went through all of the cards. I read through all of the cards in the first Ixalan set and the current Ixalan set. I was considering making a comparison video. I didn't actually do that, but you would not believe how simple it is reading the old Ixalan cards. It's like they're made for babies or something. The new ones, they're double-faced cards. And the ones that aren't double-faced cards have just mountains of text on them. It's crazy. On the whole, the set really has about twice as much text, at least. I mean, I didn't actually count it, but that is the impression that I got. And I don't think Wizards is going to slow down at all on that. I wish they would, but I know they're not. This year, I also went through every single Magic card ever printed. I was making a list of the most basic Magic cards possible. For beginners, this is for a different series I'm doing, not important for this video. But holy cow, the like I was saying before, the complexity, but also the vast number of cards being printed. I'm telling you, I'm not making it up. You can look for yourself. All right, what else? Standard rotation. Wizards has changed standard rotation, and that hasn't really affected us yet, so we'll see what happens there. And I don't play much standard, so it's not really going to affect me unless I get back into it. But I'm not sure I like that much. I guess we'll see. I don't know. So now a set stays in standard for 3 years instead of 2, if my understanding is correct. But didn't they design standard around the 2-year rotation? So is standard going to be good then? I guess it depends a lot on whether they foresaw this coming and planned accordingly or not. We'll see. Future Matt will know. I don't know. Another huge thing that happened this year was Wizards of the Coast tried to revoke and replace the OGL, the Open Gaming License, which it's a D&D thing. It allowed Dungeons & Dragons fans to make, create, and sell their own stuff without Wizards of the Coast owning it or gaining any profit from it. And this has been how it was for years until they decided that they wanted to profit off of their fans. But everybody threw a huge fit, and Wizards of the Coast came out with a pretty mediocre apology, a pretty laughable apology that did not feel genuine at all, which made things even worse. And tens of thousands of people canceled their what was it, the Beyond subscription for D&D Beyond, I think that's what it was. And Wizards of the Coast, they got the message, and to their credit, they completely backed off on it. And I've never played D&D myself, but it was really, it did not feel good seeing the company do something like that. I know Wizards can be a little, they might not make all the decisions that are best for the players. They're trying to, it's a company, you know, they're trying to make a profit. I get that. But this felt like a really scummy way of doing it. And I'm glad to see it backfired on them. One thing I was really excited about this year was Wizards of the Coast officializing the Oathbreaker format. This is a fan-made multiplayer format, kind of like Commander, but instead of 40 life, you have 20 life. Instead of 100 card deck, you have a 60 card deck. And instead of a creature in the command zone, you have a planeswalker, as well as an instant or sorcery called your signature spell. And having a planeswalker and an instant or sorcery in the command zone, it can be really fun. It's a very unique format, and it's fun finding combinations between the signature spell and the planeswalker. It's kind of like the background cards where you get to choose a background, and there's so much variety, just endless variety. And that actually is what a lot of my channel is based around. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do a lot of Oathbreaker videos. I've got a series where I explore planeswalkers and what signature spells might go with them. I'm actually trying to cover all of the playable planeswalkers, and I'm maybe 3/4 of the way done. To be honest with you, these videos, they don't do very well. They did it first when Oathbreaker was new and everyone was kind of excited trying it out. Not so much anymore. A lot of these videos get 100 views or so, but I love making them and I love the format. So I'm going to keep making them until either I'm done with this series and I've covered all the playables, or if I'm getting like 5 views, because I'm not going to do it for 5 views. It's not worth it. But I know some people really enjoy the format, and nobody else is making content for it on YouTube, but not consistently at least. I like the idea of being the Oathbreaker guy, the Oathbreaker channel. So gonna keep going with it for a while here. Going forward, I do want to do more Commander content though, and I hope some of you who've subscribed for my Oathbreaker are also interested in that. Usually a player who plays Oathbreaker also plays Commander, right? I'm working on more beginner deck tech videos, decks made from scratch to be as simple as possible to help new players learn the game. These are a lot of fun to design and a lot of fun to play test too. It's a fun series. I think I might like to do more on-cam videos too. Mostly my channel is a faceless channel, but I want to get better at this style of video too. I think that would be a fun challenge. Speaking of my channel, I'm awfully close to monetizing Camp MTG, so you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, not including shorts, within a period of 365 days. I've got the 4,000 watch hours. I just need like 30 more subscribers. As of right now, I've got 972. And this is in under a year. This channel has done so well in under a year. I'm blown away that people would want to watch my videos, much less subscribe. I really appreciate all the support from all of you. Anyone who's ever subscribed, liked my videos, watched my videos, I appreciate all of you. And as far as monetization goes, I'm not doing this for the money because I'm really only going to make like $1 an hour at it. It's kind of just a symbol of success for me that I was able to do something difficult and people actually cared. And that means so much. And I know that my channel is very small. It's not like I'm the next professor or anything, and I don't want to be. I wouldn't want that at all. I just want to share my passion for the game with other people like you who are passionate about it, more than money or numbers or anything like that. That is what I want, and that's exactly what I got, and I appreciate that. We're going to finish up this video by looking at some of my YouTube analytics. I know a lot of you won't care about this. That's fine. Feel free to click off to something else. But I would like to look back at this in 5 years and see how much my channel has grown. So I've made 126 Oathbreaker videos, specifically the ones where I pair the Planeswalker with the signature spell. I've got another 10 to 15 in the works also, half-done videos. Those videos have done very well, although of late they're only getting maybe on average 100 to 150 views a piece. That's not real great. I've also got 5 signature spell set reviews. This is where I go through a full set, like Wilds of Eldraine, which is the most recent one that I did, and I'd pick out the top 5 cards that would be used as signature spell, and sometimes what planeswalkers that would go with them. I've got 28 Oathbreaker shorts. I've also got another 10 or so to upload that I haven't yet. I'm not real big on shorts. I don't think I'm ever going to make another one of these. Once I upload those 10, I just don't see the point in these. In fact, I don't really see the point in shorts in general. They don't count towards your views. They don't really make you any money. The subscribers you get from them probably aren't going to be watching your long form content. All right, so moving on, I've got top signature spells. Right now, I've only got one in here. Top tutor signature spells. I've got a couple others made waiting to be uploaded. I don't think these are going to do very well though. I guess we'll see. I've got 7 commander decks for new players videos. These did fairly well. One of them got about 3,000 views this year. One I'm more proud of has only got under 300. And that was disappointing, but you know, it's still got time to grow. It might grow yet. I've got 5 0-mana signature spells in Planeswalker videos. These did surprisingly well, like 400 views a piece, probably on average. I've got 3, okay, this is a weird one, 3 Magic in My Pants YouTube videos. And I made a couple more of these too. The first one did really well, so I made a few more of them, and the later ones did not do well. I don't know, I originally wanted my channel to be like a comedy Magic channel. Like the first video I ever posted was a music, you can't really call it a music video, but it's a music video of my dumb butt singing a song, a parody of Magic. It's like, what was that other channel? Magic Remy or something like that? He's way better than me, so I can't really compare myself to him. And that's partially why I didn't take this channel in that direction. I don't think I could do a great job of it. Although I have wrote a couple other songs that I might eventually turn into videos. They're really time-consuming to make, so maybe I won't. We'll see. Next is my Fibblethip the Lost altered deck. I'm making a 100% altered Fibblethip deck where I cut out Fibblethip from the art and I glue him into other cards. It's a really fun idea, and I was hoping that maybe this would catch on as a video where people could see where Fibblethip goes next. But the first video was not popular, and it did not inspire me to make more. So I don't know if I will or not. I'll finish the deck eventually, but I don't know if this one will ever get finished. Or if it does, maybe I'll just make one video on the whole deck. I also made 7 painted card shorts and a few other random videos for painted cards. These are just cards that I painted myself, mostly many years ago. As much as like 10 or 15 years ago. And I've still got some of them, and I've sold some other ones. And these are just pictures of the ones that I sold years ago. I don't know, it's just a fun thing I used to do to make some extra money too. I wouldn't say they performed super well. They definitely didn't get many subscribers, but there were a couple of the shorts that did get quite a few views, actually. Next, let's go into the analytics. Okay, let's change it here to 365 days. So my channel starts about here in the end of March, early April. That's when I got the one funny video. I made some skit videos and 2 of them took off. One of them got 35,000 views. And I was thinking it might get like 100. That blew my mind. And it got me a whole bunch of subscribers and like 500 watch hours between the 2 videos. And that's when I made the decision that I want to try to monetize the channel. The problem was I don't really enjoy making the skits videos. I'm not that funny. I'm really not that funny, and I don't really enjoy filming myself and editing like that. It's just not the style of video I like. I like making deck techs. So while those were really popular, I decided to go a different route with the channel. Okay, going to content type, it shows the breakdown of videos and shorts. I have a total of 207,000 views. Crazy. And almost 4,100 watch hours on regular videos with 700 watch hours on shorts. Again, crazy. I can't fathom that. My average view duration is ticking up and up and up. When I started paying attention to it, I think it was 1 minute and 29 seconds, and it's been going steadily up since then, just like 1 extra second every every week or so. I don't know exactly what that means. I think that's because some of my long form videos are a lot more popular. Oh, excuse me. Some of my longer videos, like deck techs and stuff, are a lot longer, and people are more likely to stay to the end. Whereas my Oathbreaker videos average 3 or 4 minutes, and that really drags down the average. Next is subscription status. This says that like 94% of my viewers are not subscribed. That's fine. Not everybody wants to subscribe. I'm not upset about it, but it is kind of cool to see. Okay, traffic source. Let's see where people are coming from. 57% from browse features, 15.4% from search, 12.6% from shorts feeds, 3.5% from channel pages, and some other random stuff down here. End screens, they get 1.3%. It would be nice if I could get that up. I really wish people would click an end screen video when they're done watching my video, but what can you do, right? I'd like to wrap this video up with my goals for 2024 in this channel. My goal is to hit 1,500 subscribers by the end of 2024. And while I think this is probably doable, it is harder than it sounds because I'm not going to have as much time to work on YouTube this year. This has been a weird year for me, and next year I'm going to have a lot more work to do. So my other goal is to do 1 YouTube video a week. And if I can do more than that, cool. But if not, that's totally fine too. That's still 52 videos in a year. Yeah, I think that's a great goal, and we'll see if we can get there. We'll see where we can get in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So if future me, is looking back on this video 20 years from now, I hope you're doing all right, buddy. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.